Hey there Assassins, this is Wheel and welcome back to another Wheelassassin video. As you can see, I'm currently stood back outside of Starcourt Mall for this very slightly, hopefully not too, boring video. Basically, a lot of you guys have been requesting I teach you how to build the huge car park I added to my original Starcourt. Now I wasn't really expecting to make a tutorial on this because it was just like a really random detail I just added to my one just to, I don't know, just to kind of showcase how big the mall is really. But yeah, a lot of you guys have actually asked me to sort of teach you what I did for it and how to build it. So yeah, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at how to build this huge car park over here. Now if you do want to like use some base designs for this, so maybe some parking spaces and then like do your own sort of thing, then that is totally cool as well. It's always good to use your imagination and just go a bit mental with it really. But yeah, without further ado, let's drop on in and get building this huge car park over here. Alright then guys, so if you went ahead and built the entire Starcourt Mall, thank you so much for doing it. I know it was really hard work and you should be very proud of yourselves for completing it. It was definitely the definition of hellish, but totally worth it once it's now done. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Okay, so if you did complete it anyway, you should have sort of a weird diorama of a road out the front. Now this is kind of representing what the road would be like, but of course we're going to build the actual road today. So you want to drop down to the right side of your bus station, your bus stop. We're going to grab ourselves some smooth stone and some smooth sandstone, or whichever sandstone you want to, because at the end of the day, on the top of the block, they all look the same. So once you have that, you also want to go ahead and flip on your coordinates so that they're on your screen. Now if you're on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, as am I, you want to click your menu button, you want to go down to settings, and you want to go into the game options, and you can drop down here, and underneath world options, underneath friendly fire, there's show coordinates. Now that should be flipped off if you you know, haven't done this before, but if you want to flip them on, just click that, and there you go, they should be on your screen in the top left up there. Now then, that is going to really help us out with doing commands and counting and whatnot. I'd hate to sound like a maths teacher, but we are going to have to do some maths today. I know, it's gross, I'm sorry guys, I feel terrible for doing it. But what we need to do is go ahead, come down here, and where we built this weird sort of structure over here, we're going to count 3 diagonal blocks here. So the ones on the inside, we need to go ahead and count these up to 3. So 1, 2, and 3. That is all we need at the moment. Now here, we're going to bring this one down just by a couple blocks for now, just so that it's, you know, a little bit past our stone, just so we know that that's going to be like that for now on. I'm going to take my smooth sandstone, and I'm going to make sure that there's 2 rows out from Starcourt's building that are going to run directly next to the car park for the pathway. Now then, I don't actually want to start building, you know, past this. I actually want to come back and sort of redo some areas. So what I'm going to do is, now I've got our 3 diagonals, I'm going to chop off this line. I'm also going to chop off the blocks past that, so we know this is where we're going to start, just here. Now then, I'm going to write my first command. Taking my smooth stone, I'm going to come just here. Now we know this is going to go right the way alongside the car park wall to mark out our sort of perimeter of it. Now I want to basically teach you guys this as if it was a puzzle, so we start with the outside and then we're going to work our way inside. So let's count from this block. Now to get the block's coordinates, you want to stand on top of it, looking down at it, or if you're like me and you've got the sort of highlighted block on, you can just sort of look at it and make sure it's highlighted. Okay, so let's open our chat window. Let's click here. Let's click slash, and of course write fill just directly next to that. Then we're going to punch in our commands. Now bear in mind your coordinates will be different to mine because we are on different worlds. So in my case it's going to be minus 199, which is perfect. Now we need to bear that a number in mind. We're going to keep that in our head. Then we're going to go ahead and put in the elevation, which is going to be 31 in my case. And then I'm going to write in my last one, which is going to be 183 minus. Okay, now we want to leave a space and just kind of enter that, and it should say syntax error, which is perfect. Now, if you're on PlayStation Edition of Minecraft Bedrock Edition, you want to go ahead and click your chat window once again, and then get your command back by clicking up on the D-pad. Now that'll bring the command back into your box there, and then we're going to use this to make a sort of maths question. Now what we want to do is add on 172 blocks onto our first number there, so the minus 199. So grab your calculator, start typing in your maths question, or if you're a whiz at maths, go ahead and obviously work this out, but because I suck at maths, I'm just going to quickly type this in. Then I'm going to click add and then 172. Now once I enter that, it comes up with minus 27, which is about cool. So I want to go ahead and type in my new answer, which is minus 27. That'll be right at the bottom of this long row. 31 for our elevation, and then it's going to be minus 183 for me as well. So because we're doing this in the same row, the last two numbers stay the same. And now I want to go ahead and add in some smooth stone just under here, like so. Now hopefully, fingers crossed, if I've worked this out correctly, it should add in 172 blocks. If it doesn't, my maths is always terrible anyway, we can just go and fix it if we need to. Fingers crossed. Oh, beautiful. Okay, awesome. So now that goes right the way down here, and that is one of our outline sort of walls of our car park. Now you also want to go ahead and make your smooth sandstone go right the way along the smooth stone on the outside of the building. So this kind of row, going right down for the 2 rows until you reach the sandstone, the smooth stone, sorry, at the bottom. So let's get that done as well. You can use commands or you can just speed run it with your awesome Minecraft hands. Let's go for it. Okay guys, so we're going to work on a little bit of an easier section instead of having to use a bit of, coordinates every now and again and commands and stuff like that, because I know it can be quite confusing. We're just going to use ourselves some smooth stone, and we're going to work on the sort of right side as if we were facing outside of the mall. So the right side of the car park. Technically left if you're looking at the front of it. Alright, so let's drop down here. Now we already made some smooth stone go alongside the building, which is perfect. We're actually going to start on the first smooth stone back here in the sort of back corner. We're going to start counting from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. Just along there like so. Let's fill that all in. This is on ground level, by the way. Then we're going to go down from the 13, so just here. And we're going to start to count on this block just here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, just like so. Once again, we'll fill all this in as we go. So there we go. Alright, let's spin around this way. Okay, so now we're on to just next to our 21. We're going to go to the right of our 21. We're not going to count on this one, we're going to count here. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, just like so, and fill that in. Then we'll go up to here and count 2. Then we'll go up above that one and count along for 3. 1, 2, 3. Then down from 3, we'll count 1, 2. Down from this 2, we'll count another 2. And then we'll count just diagonally away from this 2, just over here, for another 2, like so. Now I know it looks weird at the moment, but that is so that the cars and vans and whatnot can kind of get through that at an angle, sort of like a diagonal road if you like. Now we're going to have to count for a while, so I might have to speed this on. We're going to go to here, sorry, so next to R2, so just here. I'm going to count on this block just here. I'm going to count for 69 blocks going down there towards Pikachu's bum. So we're going to go along here for 69 blocks. So just try and get that on if you can. Alright, so once you have your 69 blocks connected up to one block of the 2 just here, going right down here, we're going to take our smooth stone once again. We're going to go ahead and go back in for 2 over here. So only one of the 2 is connecting to the 69 blocks just there. Then we're going to go ahead and leave off this corner, and we're going to start a new row just here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then fill all that in as well. Cool. Then we'll go down from the 11 just to here and go along for 2. 1, 2. So one of the 2 is connecting. Then we'll do the same again, and then we'll do the same again. So we've got 3 rows of 2 basically, like so. Then we'll go down to here, so on the end of our 2, we'll not count the 2, but we'll start on a new block just here. We'll go down for 91 blocks. Now here you might want to use your /fill command again. I almost said catmand for some reason. Catmand command once more, so you can kind of go along there. Ah, that is very close to my orchard. I'm glad I built that a little bit further away. Otherwise we'd be kind of building a car park through the orchard, which would not be great. Okay, I'll be right back. So 91 blocks going down here. Remember, you start next to the 2, not on the 2 just here. So let's do it. Okay, so once you have filled in all of the section, these 91 blocks on our left side over here, facing towards Starcourt, you should go along, just kind of go to the other side, make sure you're on the same row as the other one, and once you reach the other side, you should be on about the 5th block back, which hopefully I am. Yep. Okay, so the 5th block on our 170, was it 72 blocks? Yeah, going along this side. So yeah, alright, that's awesome. Now if it does sort of look a bit odd, or you do think that maybe your dimensions are a little bit wrong, please don't worry, because we can always add it sort of downwards. We don't need to add anything up towards Starcourt. You can always add blocks going down this way. I'm lucky I've stopped here because I don't want to kind of eat into the pizza over here. As much as I like pizza, I don't really want to build a car park under his feet. So yeah, I'm going to stop right here, but if you do want to carry this on for as much as you need to, then obviously feel free to do so. And if you need to change up any of the dimensions of parking spaces for your own vehicles or your own car lengths, I think my preference with cars is usually around like 3 blocks in width, sorry, and then like 7 blocks in length. But as you can see, some of these car parks don't really look like that anyway, so some of these car parking spaces, sorry. So yeah, you can just make this however you wish. But yeah, that's sort of dimensions I'm going for just now. But it's looking awesome so far. Let's grab some new bits and bobs and get started on the inside. Okay guys, so now we have the sort of dimensions of our car park. Of course, if we do need to extend it down a little bit more, if we find that it's too short, then of course we can do that at any point. We're now going to take ourselves some yellow concrete. We're going to go to the right side, sort of in front of the notice board here. There's this last bollard, kind of next to the bus stop over here. Now what we want to do is go to the road just here on the stone and actually count 3 blocks of stone, and then on the 4th one we'll start to use our yellow concrete. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and on 4 we'll break this one, we'll place one in there in line with the bollard over there, and one to the right of the bollard, like so. Now then, what we need to do next is a little bit weird, and we also need to do this quite repetitively. So I'm sorry this build is a little bit repetitive, guys. With building car parking spaces, there's not really a unique aspect of like each one, so it's a bit awkward, it's a bit annoying, but it will look great in the long term. So let's go ahead. We've got 2. We'll go diagonal down from that and place another 2 just here, and we'll finally go diagonal down that from that one for like a 3rd one, just like so. Now then, between each of these 2 blocks, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then on 4 we'll build another one, and exactly the same over here, and exactly the same on the last one, like so. So we continue this on. Let me just do another one just so you know. So we leave 1, 2, 3, then we do our 2 again, then of course we have to go diagonal from that one, and diagonal from that one again, so we leave 3 between all of the 2s. Now we need to build 39 lots of these lines in a sort of diagonal shape. Let's go for it. Make sure to keep them in line until we reach kind of near the bottom, but not obviously at the bottom. Just make sure you got 39 of these lines. Let's go for it. Good luck. Okay guys, so once you have your 39 lines in like so, I know that is such a grind, and I know you're probably getting very bored very quickly. If you want to leave it a day and come back to it tomorrow, or you know, in a week's time or whatever, then please feel free to do so. This video is not going to vanish anytime soon, so yeah, feel free to leave it for as long as you need to. If you're still with us, we're going to take ourselves some yellow concrete once again, and we're going to basically build sort of the middle row of parking spaces. So we need to leave a reasonable gap between those ones and these next ones, and we also need to make sure that that side over there is kind of like a bus lane, so that the bus can come from the station right the way down and then get out of the sort of mall compound, I guess. So what we're going to do is go directly in the middle, so where this flower pot is in the middle of the Starcourt sign, go to this middle bollard, go to the actual stone of the road, and count obviously 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're not actually going to build on the 4th one this time, we're going to build on 5 over here, so at the end of our sort of road here. Then I'm going to go diagonally up to this one, I'm going to build 2, just along like so. Going to go back down, sorry, and diagonally sort of, well, to the right a little bit like that, kind of making like a half key shape. Then we'll go over here, and we'll do another 2, up diagonal from that one. And then we'll drop back down for another 2. Then we'll drop back down diagonally for 1. And then we'll drop diagonally into a corner here, which is going to be like this. Now you should be leaving a 3 block gap between the spaces and this sort of corner bit, which is about right. Perfect. Now I know it looks weird at the moment because half of it is grass and half of it is stone, but that is looking pretty awesome. Okay, now we need to feed this back up. So from the corner, we're going to go 2, diagonally and across to the left, then another one. Now we stop here, because we're going to go ahead and complete the spectacles, like so. So now we have some glasses with a sort of, I don't know, kind of looks like 3D glasses actually, pretty cool. So that's awesome. Then we'll go to the other side and we'll do the corner over here. Now we don't want to bring this out too much more, because on the other side it needs to kind of curve so it looks like it's going down the road. Whereas on the other side it's sort of similar with the spaces on its left, so we can kind of just finish off the corner here like so. Okay, now you'll notice that is not in line, but that is okay. That is supposed to not be in line. Alright then, for this middle stretch of parking spaces, we need to actually make these quite a bit longer than those ones as well. So kind of double them to make them worthy of having 2 cars parked in them at a time really. So we're going to have like 1 car here and then 1 directly opposite. You've probably seen those when you go to the supermarket or something like that. Okay, so still leaving a 3 block gap between our sort of space dividers. So we're going to go from here, we're going to go to the grass block to the right of it and go 1, 2, 3, and on 4 we'll place 2. Now we're going to go diagonally into the left and up for 2. Then we'll go diagonally into the left and up for a final 2, like so. And that'll be 3 away from that middle block. Then we'll go back in and up to the right for 2. Back in and up to the right for 2. And then back in and up to the right for 2. Still leaving a 3 block gap between your lines, like so. And that should be pretty awesome. Yeah. Okay, now we actually need to build 36 lots of these lines. Now once we have this sort of ending thing, you don't count this in your final count. You start from the lines and count 36. So let me do another one just to show you how it's done. So 1, 2, 3, and on 4 the 2, then to the left and up for 2, then to the left again and up for 2, so you leave that 3, then we go back in so we can still leave the 3 and up for 2, back in and up for 2, and then back in and up for 2, well back out in this case, like so. So we've basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow lines like so, 6 lots of 2. Okay, let's get making 36 lots of these lines. Now bear in mind, once you have it done, by the way, it shouldn't line up with these ones we've made earlier, because obviously there's more of those ones, and we've kind of made that weird sort of thing at the end there. So don't worry about the final count, just yeah, try and make sure you've got 36 lots of these normal lines. Alright, let's go for it. Alright guys, I just want to let you know that you are doing an amazing job. I am so sorry this is taking such a long time. It is very much hard work, because we do have to like fill in all of the blocks ourselves, and you know, we can't really cheat this, because you know, filling in 2 blocks at a time is just much quicker by hand than it would be with a command at this moment. So yeah, I am so sorry it's taken a while. We have got some good news though. It is time to use some white concrete, just to switch it up a little bit. Not much, I will say that, but some, so that is always good. We're going to drop down to this one over here, so the one we just finished on basically, where we made this weird thing that lines up with a plant in the middle of the Starcourt logo. We're going to go just to the corner here, leave 2 blocks, which would be road, and then we're going to go to here, and I'm going to build 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up with my white concrete. Now this is actually going to be an arrow for the cars to know which direction they're supposed to sort of drive in really. So we're going to come back from the sort of 4, we're going to go to the 3 and build out a block on both sides. Kind of looks like a cross, but it's supposed to represent an arrow in the floor there for the vehicles. Then we're going to go ahead and leave 1, 2 this side of the cross, or the arrow, and then go to the 3rd one and build another corner exactly the same as that one. Then we'll go ahead and go up to here, and we'll build diagonal just 1. Then we'll go to here and build along until we reach basically the end bollard on our left side of our building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then 10 as well. So we're in line with that one as well. Then on this side, we'll drop down for 1. Then we'll diagonally come back in for 1. Then we'll diagonally come back into 3. 1, 2, 3, and build that in. Then we'll drop down here and connect 1 just to here, and then 1 to the right of that one. So we basically added the 2, but one of the 2 connects to the 3 above. Then diagonally down from that 2, we'll go ahead and build another 2, and then we'll go ahead and connect up a 3 with 1 connecting to the 2. 1, 2, 3. That should be diagonally next to that one on the corner. In the 3s, we can go ahead and just add in 1, on both of the middle ones, like so. And then we basically want to make this weird sort of pattern on the inside, so it kind of looks like a checkered pattern. So we'll just add in a block here, add in a block here, one here, 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 and here, and then one last one just in here. Add in the checkered pattern, kind of looks really cool, and it also makes it look like it's more sort of road paint than it is anything else really, which is pretty cool. Alright, now what we need to do is go ahead and build the parking spaces once again. Now these parking spaces again turn the opposite direction. They're kind of going in this direction as we did up here earlier. So they're using the same length as these ones, but they are the same direction as those ones up there. So once again, I'll sort of recap for us. I'm going to go to the middle of my sort of hazard kind of grid here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and on 4 I'll build my 2. Then up from my 2 this way, I'll go back in to the left for 2, and then back in and up for 2 over here as well. Then I'll drop back down from my middle 2 and go back into the left for 2, another 2, oops, another 2 just here. I'm sorry about that, guys. There we go. And then that should be enough. Now you should be left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 once again. And you should line up also with the sort of hazard sign over here. So that's perfect. Now we want to go ahead and add in another 36 lots of these lines. Let me do another one just so you can sort of recap. So leading 3 again, 3 again, 3 again. So we got this. Then we'll make our middle 2. Then we'll go back into the left and up 2. Back into the left and up 2 for the final one, like so. For 6 lots of 2. Okay, 36 lots of these rows once more. So now we have made another painstaking row of parking spaces. Looking pretty awesome. What will hopefully help you guys out with marking out your spaces a little bit easier is these ones actually do line up nicely with the ones across from them. Because there are 36 of them, and there are 36 of those ones, they do sort of line up nicely, even though they're facing in opposite directions. So that is always something to look out for. Alright, what we need to do now is make another sort of cross-hatched section over on this right side of our last sort of row of parking spaces that we just completed. So we're going to leave a 3-lot gap, of course, once again. We'll go down here and build 2. Then we'll go ahead and build 2 just besides that 2, but going along sort of horizontally. Then we'll go up diagonally just by 1. And then we'll go up right to the top until we reach the top of the parking space. So in line with that parking space, like so. Awesome. Then we'll go ahead and build 1, 2, 3, so that we leave a 3-block gap for our space. Then we'll bend this one in just by 1, so it matches up with the 2. Then we'll go ahead and do diagonal 2, going down like so, and in, so we leave that space empty. Then we'll build another 2 just here. Then we'll go for 1, 2, 3 this time, diagonal down like so. And then we'll go ahead and add in 2 just here like so. And then we have the sort of space laid out still. Looking great. Okay, we'll go up to this side so we're closest to the previous 36 spaces we added in. I hope I'm saying that number right. Maybe I might be getting confused, but I think that's 36. That one's 39. This one's definitely 36 as well. Yeah, alright. So many numbers, my brain can't cope. Okay, so we're going to go to the corner of this sort of crosshatch section. So this one up here. We will leave a 1-block gap for our road, and then we'll build another arrow that kind of looks like a cross. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 with our white concrete. 1 in the middle of the 3 facing upwards to match up with the arrow that's up there. And then we'll bring the tail back for 1, 2. So we basically have a row of 4 in the middle, like so. Cool. Now we'll also do on the opposite side, but this time it's going to be facing this way because this is a one-way road. So once again, let's go in line with the top of this one. So over here, leave this one empty and go 1, 2, 3. And then we'll go ahead and add in 1 at the top here, and then our 2 down here for our tail, like so. Perfect. Alright guys, so now then, we're going to take ourselves some new materials. Those new materials are just some smooth stone slab and some yellow carpet, sorry. We have still kept our yellow concrete though, and we've also kept our white concrete. Okay, what we're going to do is first of all take our white concrete. We're actually going to use the sort of flicks from our arrow, so these sort of kind of flicks out the sides, to use as our sort of markers, I guess. So we're going to go to this side, still in line, preferably with this row if you can. So this one with the sort of diagonal 1. We'll go 1, 2 away from it, and on 3 we'll build 1, 2, 3 white concrete like so. We'll add in our 1 up here because it's going to be facing this direction. And then we'll add in our 1, 2, 3. Well, let's go 2 in this case, just like so. Oh, it was 2 in the first place. My mistake. So that the entire sort of length of it is 4. There we go. Oh, my bad, I was getting carried away. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and leave 2 blocks on this side of the sort of flick. And then we're going to add in 1, 2 smooth stone slabs like so. Now then, we're going to drop down just here and go 1, 2, 3, 4 like so. On this one we'll go backtracking and we'll go 1, 2, oops, again like so. So we've basically gone next to our flick, we've left 2 and placed 2. Down from this 2 we've made a row of 4 with 1 protruding on both sides. And then down from the 4 on the right side at the bottom we've added in just a 2 to make this into a square like so. Now then, in this little gap we can add in ourselves our bollard, which is just going to be yellow concrete with some yellow carpet on top. Then we'll place 2 smooth stone slabs out from the side of it to the left like so. Up diagonally to the left of the bollard we'll place another one identical to that last one. And then to the right of that bollard we'll place 1, 2 smooth stone slabs like so. Next we'll go ahead and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 smooth stone slabs like so. And then we'll place 1, 2, 3, 4 just in next to this bollard here to the left. Now we can place another bollard just there, exactly the same as the others, and one diagonally down from that to the left as well, exactly the same as those ones over there. 1 smooth stone slab goes in between our 2 bollards, and then we kind of surround the bollards now. So we go 1, 2, 3, kind of surrounding this one. Then we'll go 1, 2, like so, and there we have completed that shape. I know that is super weird. If you do want to pause the video here just to sort of see what I've done and make sure if yours is looking pretty similar, then please feel free to do so. Alright, that is looking awesome. Okay, so whilst we're here as well, we can also take our white concrete. I'm going to go next to sort of our bollard, obviously leave this slab empty, but then go to here in the road and place 1, 2 white concretes like so. Then we'll diagonally go down to the left for 1, 2. And then another one diagonally down to the left for 2, and then just 1 diagonally down to the left for 1 like so. Awesome. That is just to show that you kind of have to give way before just pulling out on that road, just so you don't hit any other traffic. Cool. Okay, so time to get onto the most fun section, of course building these parking spaces. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry guys. So there's actually less for now because we do actually add in a little sort of island just down there. Not like an island that we all think of, like a paradise island, just a car park island, so it might have some trees in, like those over there, or, you know, flowers or so on and so forth. So, we're going to do the exact same parking spaces as we did here, so our second lot, the exact same way, this sort of crescent moon look. So we'll go down here, leave obviously 3, 1, 2, 3, then we'll build 2, like so, then we'll go into the left and up for 2, into the left and up for our final 2, and then back out and up to the right, back out and up to the right, and then finally like so. So we basically copy our sort of smooth stone slab pattern just here. And again, that's still 6 lots of 2. Now we need to do this for 16, so 16 lots of these rows. Let me do it once more. 2, in and up for 2, in and up for 2, to the right this time, and up for 2, to the right again, and up for 2, and then finally to the right and up for 2. Let's make 16 of these. Alright then guys, so I've now grabbed myself some grass block as well, because we're going to be going ahead and building that island I was on about. So, we need to grab ourselves our smooth stone slab, and the parking spaces that we just completed, we're going to use these as our sort of marker. So let's drop down to this last one, and go 1, 2, 3 from the parking space, and then on 4 we'll build 2 up, as if we were building another space with some smooth stone slabs. Then we'll go ahead and go past the slabs just here, and along to the right horizontally, and we'll build 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll add 1 up here, like so, so it kind of looks like the bottom of a bucket or something. Then we'll go diagonally in and up vertically for 2 on this right side. Then we'll go diagonally in and up for 2 once more. Now we'll go back down to this side and we'll go ahead and go out to the left and diagonally up for 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. And then we should be able to go straight away along until we reach that other one, like so. Perfect. Very odd looking shape, I know, but pretty cool. We can now fill the shape in with some grass block. And that is going to be for the island effect I was telling you guys about, like so. We can actually go ahead and make some more car parking spaces up above the island now. So over here, we'll go ahead and add in basically 3 more strips. So we'll go ahead and add in our 2. Once again, 3 blocks away. And then we'll leave the 3 blocks here. So we need to go diagonally up. And then another one just there. Then we'll leave 3 blocks again. So 1 and 4. Build another space here with only 3 lots of 2. And then lastly, we'll build one just diagonally away from the island over here as well. So people can still park that side of the island, they just can't park this side anymore. Wonderful. Okay, now what we need to do is go ahead and grab ourselves our white concrete once again. I'm going to run right down here once again, and you see this sort of second 2. Well, we've got 3 lots of 2. We'll go to the middle one, and here we'll actually go ahead and make a line that goes right the way down. Sorry about all the grass breaking. Right the way down just to the corner here. So as the corner sort of goes in, it's actually on the second block of the island. So about here, the corner sort of starts to take shape. We go ahead and stop the line just here, but we also fill up the line right up to the top here. This is just to, let me start that sentence again. This is just to show that cars can travel on both sides of this road going up this direction. No one is coming down this road, they are only going up. Basically the opposite of what the next road does, and so on and so forth. That is looking great. Okay, so I'm not going to decorate any of the islands at the moment. I might not decorate them at all yet, I haven't really decided, but if you guys wanted to decorate them, of course use yourself some flowers, leaves, trees, whatever you guys would like, as long as they don't sort of crowd the little space we have here, and also don't sort of shadow the parking spaces, and you know, the leaves take up room that cars would sit in, then yeah, do what you like with them really. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go ahead, grab some new dimensions, and finish off this row of parking spaces. I'll be right back. So now then, using the same exact way we've built these other ones, just prior to the island, we're going to do 18 along here until we reach sort of towards the end of the row. So again, leave yourself the 3 sort of gaps, then build your sort of space exactly the same as the others. So you go with a 2, then you stop on that third lot of 2, and then you go back in for another 3 lot of 2, like so. So you have 6 lots of 2 in total. Cool, so let's build 18 of these strips going along past the island. You see these arrows on the floor down here. What we're going to do is go ahead and build some more of these going back along this direction so that people know that, you know, this is kind of the way to go. So we're going to go ahead and build one just sort of next to this kind of direction. So we'll leave a one block gap between our sort of yellow line and then the arrow. So the 3, then the 1 up above the direction we want it to go, and then the 2 blocks behind like so. Awesome. I'm actually going to go ahead and build an arrow up here as well, a block away from this kind of starting parking space after the island. So 1, 2, 3, my 1, and then my 2 back here like so. That also kind of lines up with this line over here. I know it's not directly in line, but that is okay. Alright, let's go back down this direction. Now we need to finish off this sort of ending line because we made it into what looks like it's going to be a parking space afterwards, but it's not. It's going to kind of end off the row. So we need to go ahead and add in 1, 2 blocks just here next to R2. Then we'll add diagonal 1 to the right and up. Then we'll go right up to this way first of all and add in another 2 at the top of the space like so. Then we'll go ahead and run a long sort of row just here to kind of connect up the 2 corners, even though they're diagonally connected. Then we'll drop back down, and on the second one of this big long row, we'll go ahead and add in 4 normal sort of cross-hatched ones like so, and then just 1 here. We're kind of doing that cross-hatch design we did at the top there, and also on a couple of these other ones. Then we'll go ahead and start here, so we're basically going 2 blocks away from those ones, and do the exact same thing again. It looks very, very messy at the moment, I know, but don't worry, it'll look pretty cool. We're going to do another one here, and a final one just here, like so. If you'd like to pause the video just here to see what I've done, please feel free to do so. So for the final details on this last row in front of the building of parking spaces, we're going to take some light blue concrete. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th line along, and then we're going to go to the left of the 6th one and place a light blue concrete in the floor just there in the middle of the 3. We're going to leave this one empty to the right of it, and then place another one over here, basically a space away. Now these are representing some disabled parking spaces, and you can make as many of these as you want to as well. We're now going to take ourselves some yellow concrete. I'm going to go down here again, and I'm going to place 1, 2 just next to the sort of outline of the parking spot. Then I'm going to place 1 just here, and then I'm going to place 1, 2 just up from that one. We're kind of making some weird crosshatch designs now. I'm going to do another 2, sorry, just there, and then another one just there. I'm also going to bring out this one just there so that we leave kind of one space available at the top here, but we make sure that this one is blocked off from being used, because obviously, you know, when you have a disabled parking spot, you need some more room around it so you can get wheelchairs and bits and pieces out of the cars. So there we go. Alright, we'll also take some white concrete, and we'll go to the gap that we made just down here on the crosshatch. We'll take our white concrete along from that gap just by a block and build it along to the line for 3. Also do it past the line for another 3 until we reach the exterior of the sort of car park. Then we'll go a block away and we'll do another 3 and another 3 just here. Now this is supposed to represent a little crosswalk, kind of zebra crossing type thing. So we're going to do a gap here and one just there as well, so it looks a little bit more like a pathway. Awesome. So you can get along here, check both ways of course, and safely across the other side of the road. Brilliant. That's looking amazing. Alright, whilst we're here, we're also going to go down to this section in the corner. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about this one. We're going to go ahead and design this as well. So, first things first, let's take our white concrete. We'll go up to where the sort of corner goes in again, just down here. We'll place 1, 2 white concrete in the floor. Then we'll go diagonally down to the left and place an entire row that goes to the exterior just over here. Like so. Then we'll go ahead and leave 1, 2 just here from the corner at the top, and place 1 just there with 1 diagonally up from it. Then we'll basically do a checkered pattern for the rest of this bigger section. So we'll go ahead and add 3, another 3 just in here, and then 1 in the corner like so. We kind of leave this weird corner sort of shape up here empty at the moment. Of course, if you wanted to fill that block in there, then it's up to you guys. Actually looks better. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to leave a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then on 4 I'm going to build a nice sort of row up to where we've left that corner one off, just like so. And I'm going to drop that down this way and place 3 yellow concrete in the space at the top here with some yellow carpet on top as well, just to represent the little barrier that goes on the ends of parking spaces, or little bumps normally, just so that your car can't like roll through the barrier or something like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to grab some new dimensions and I'll be right back. So regarding the side of Starcourt, this little area we made earlier, we're going to go ahead and use our white concrete again. I'm going to make another space just besides this one. So we're going to go ahead and leave the 3 block gap between the line and sort of the other one, and we'll build another line just here. This line is going to go up to this mark just here, so actually for 6 blocks in total instead of the 7 as I've kind of marked out there. So we'll leave that corner one off, just going to fill that back in. We want to go ahead and basically make the crosshatch design we've done the other side over here as well. So let's just go ahead and build a nice long row along there, missing out that corner block of course. Let's fill it in on the other side though, just so we know. Cool. Now let's go ahead and do the yellow concrete at the bottom of the space, and then the yellow carpet as well for the 3 blocks. Now we'll do the checkered pattern inside of this space. So we'll start here, work our way along, basically doing 1 block for every sort of stone block that will be in here, until we basically have all of them filled up and we can't build any more without them connecting to each other. There we go. That's brilliant. Well, that is now ready to be sort of filled in when we get into the filling section. We're now going to go ahead and jolt ourselves right down here next to this arrow we made earlier. Now this arrow is a little bit cool because it does actually help us mark out some more spaces, and yeah, it's really, really good. So what we'll do is we'll go to this side of the arrow again, we'll leave 1, 2, and on 3 we'll go ahead and build 1, 2, like so. So 1 actually goes to the left. It's kind of in line with the end of the arrow. Then we'll go diagonally and to the right for 1, 2. That is up, by the way. Then diagonally and up to the right again, we'll go 1, 2. Now I'm going to drop diagonally and down vertically to the right for 2. And then I'm going to go back in and down for 2. Back in and down for 2. Back in and down for 2. Then back out and down for 2. And then back out and down for 2, like so. It's quite a big island, this one. Then we'll go ahead and go 1, 2, 3 after that final 2. Then we'll go diagonally and up for 1. And then we should be on to the final stretch. We can just build a row to make the bean shape complete. The ultimate bean island. Awesome. Let's go ahead and fill this in with grass. Like so. There we go. So now we can go ahead and plant whatever plants we may want to put on there, or trees or leaves or whatever you guys want to put on there. Go for it. So we'll also take our white concrete now. We'll go to the other side of the sort of corner. So before it goes into that diagonal, sort of going up there, we'll go to here and just build a nice long line of white concrete along there. Like so. That is just to show that you have to stop at that before, you know, diving out of the corner and, well, fingers crossed you don't, but maybe hitting someone. So you don't want to do that. That's why we put in that line. Stop the silly drivers, you know. Let's take our yellow concrete again and build these final spaces that go along here. Now unfortunately this is not the end of building parking spaces. We are so close though. We've got this stretch to do, we've got another load to do over there, which are quite easy, normal straight ones, and some normal straight ones that go along there as well. So the sort of straighter parking spaces, as we made it up here, are much easier than the ones that go a little bit diagonal, like these ones over here. So fingers crossed they'll be alright to do. So let's go ahead and leave 3 blocks again. So 1, 2, 3. Then we'll build another space here. This one's going to go the same way as these ones just here. So nice and simple. 2 again. 2 again to that middle. And then we'll go back out for our final 3 lots of 2. So we can have 6 lots of 2 like so. Now we make 16 lots of these rows. So let me do another one just to sort of show you again. 1, 2. And then we'll go into the middle one for 3, 4, 5, and then 6 lots of 2. Perfect. Okay, so 16 of these guys. Let's go for it. So now we've gone ahead and finished up those 16 parking spaces just like so. Well, parking lines. We're going to now finish off this row just by making it another divider sort of type of thing. So we're actually going to copy what we did there because why not? We may as well use what we already did. So we're going to go 1, 2 at the bottom here. Diagonally up for 1. Then we'll go ahead and go to the top of the parking divider and go 1, 2 along like so. Now once we drop diagonally down from this one, we can just make a massive long row down so it's diagonally away from that one, like so. Then we can go ahead and do our crosshatch design. So we'll add in 1 just here at the bottom, another diagonal 1 just there, and another diagonal 1 just there. Now we'll go up to this one, so our second lot of 2. We'll go ahead and add in 1 there, 1 there, 1, 1, just like so. Then we'll go ahead and add in 1 just here, 1 just there, 1 just here, 1 just here, and a final 1 just there like so. And there we go. Weird crosshatch design number 2 completed. Those are our final crosshatches for the ends of the car parking spaces, which is awesome. We are going to need to make probably some more, but I'm not certain whereabouts. So that is kind of good at the moment. Alright, what we're going to do next is we're going to go to here, so where we just made that sort of crosshatch at the bottom. Let me just fly up so you can see. So in line with the second lot of 2. Go to here. Leave 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks for the road. And then on 5 we're going to build an 8 block long sort of row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like so. Now then, I really want to go and check how many parking spaces are along here. But these are those straighter parking spaces than these diagonal ones over here. I had the number in my head a second ago, but I've completely forgotten it. I'll be right back. Okay, so we need to make 14 of these spaces. Now, not 14 lines, we're actually going to mark out the spaces first and then sort of continue after. So each space is worth 3 blocks in the inside of it, as are these ones. So we'll go ahead and do that same design. So we've got our 8 here, we'll go up for another 4, so we can curve this in for that 7 just there, and then make a 3 block space like that. Kind of looks like a little bit of a prong for picking up some, I want to say beans, but not beans, like sausages or something like that. You know, like barbecue? Ah, I think they're called tongs, aren't they? Not prongs. My bad. But that's what they kind of look like. So we're kind of making these tongs, not prongs. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we need 14 of these. So that's 1. Let's go for the second one. Then we'll go for the third one. Oh, my bad. Made that one way too short. So then we continue this on until we have 14 spaces. Okay, let's do it. Alright, so to build our sort of island over here, it's going to be just next to the arrow in the floor. And this is on the one that's kind of in the middle of Starcourt's building. So we're going to go ahead and obviously leave our 3 block gap between our space. Then we're going to go directly in line with our arrow, leaving only a block gap away from the actual arrow. We're going to place 2 smooth stone slabs in line with the sort of space over there. Now 1 to the right, 1 diagonally up on its own. Then we'll go back to the left side, and from this sort of corner, we'll go diagonally up to the left for 2, up diagonally to the left for 2, and then back in to our right for 2, still going vertically, then to our right for 2, and up vertically of course. Then we'll go ahead and build a 4 block cluster up here at the top. Now diagonally going back down, we can build this along until we're diagonally next to that one, like so. Then we'll go ahead and fill this in with grass. Just like so. If you want to pause the video here, please feel free to do so. Alright, awesome. Okay, so this is actually a bigger section. This is probably one of the biggest sections, and it is a little bit tricky. So we'll go nice and slow. So taking our materials again, we'll go next to our space. This is nice and symmetrical though, so it is the same on both sides. So next to our space on both sides, we'll go down until we're 2 blocks away from the end of the space, like so. Let's also run right the way along here and do the same. So down until we're 2 blocks away from the end of the space. Then we just want to go ahead and cut off the corner, but then go right the way along the yellow line until we connect up diagonally away from the other side, like so. Cool. That wasn't so bad. Now we'll go ahead and go diagonally down and across horizontally for 2. We'll also do the same on the opposite side in a second. Then we'll go up horizontally for 1. Well, up, yeah, diagonal for 1. So let's do 2 down here, and then 1, like so. Then we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, sorry about that, just want to count on my picture. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up on both sides. So it's actually in line with that line just there, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. Then we'll go ahead and go diagonally up for 1, 2, and 3, but 1's on their own. And we'll do the same on the opposite side. So 1, 2, and 3. And then diagonally up once more, we can build the entire line that goes ahead and diagonally connects the corners up, really. If that makes sense. Like so. So it's a very, very strange looking shape. Like that. Feel free to pause the video once again, just up here. Alright. Let's go ahead and fill this entire thing in with grass, and then we can work on one of the final bits of the tutorial. Alright guys, so for one of our last major sections, we're going to just take ourselves some smooth stone slab and some yellow concrete. I'm going to go behind our first row of parking spaces that we made, the ones that are only going to accommodate 1 car on one side. I'm going to go just along for a rough number at the moment. Then I'm going to go, that is by the way 3 blocks in from sort of Starcourt's wall and this smooth stone block. Then I'm going to go 1 block up, like so, because I'm trying to make like a triangle shape just here. Then I'm going to go ahead and go 1 diagonally, 2 diagonally, 3 diagonally, and 4 just like so. Then I'm going to build this one, So the fifth one, I'm going to build this one down by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Then I'm going to start a new row just diagonally away from that one to the right. I can bring that one up to this level now. Perfect. Now I'm going to take my yellow concrete. I'm going to go in this little gap we've just made, basically where our sort of road is going to be this side. I'm going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with yellow concrete in the floor. Then I'm going to go ahead and go this way for 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. I'm going to fill in this corner, like so. And I'm going to build this one up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, like so. Let's fill that in. Perfect. Then we should be left with about 4 blocks this side. Perfect. Let's go ahead and build this one in by 2. And then drop down diagonally to connect those corners with a diagonal 1, like so. Now I'll build 2 in here, 1 over here, and 2 over here, like so. So we've made another crosshatch just there. That's looking great. Let's go right the way down to the opposite direction now. So the other side, down here. So where we ended off the parking spaces up here, we're now going to go ahead and build another crosshatch over here, maybe for some motorcycles to be parked up on, or whatever, you know. So let's go 3 blocks away from this parking space, and go 2, once again. Then we'll drop down for another 2, so we're in line with that one again. Then we'll go ahead and do another one, just directly next to that, leaving a 1 block gap, and another one just here. And then we basically want to do this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So let's go 3, 4, oops, 5, 6, and then on 7 I'm actually just going to do the one at the top, and then I'm going to build one at the bottom, just like so. So then I'm going to go ahead and connect these along at the bottom, like that. I'm not going to fill in that one because we don't really need to. And then, yeah, there we have a crosshatch. Okay, if you need to pause the video just here to check what I've done, please feel free to do so. Now then, taking ourselves our smooth stone slab, I'm going to go down here and go 1, 2, just like so. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 out to the right of that. Then I'm going to go back to my 2 we started on and go diagonally up for 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to build that along, and that should line up with the one we started on down there. Now then, I'm going to go a block away from this one just here. Actually, let's go in line with our yellow. So let's go block away from this one just here. So leave a block in the little trench here and go to here and go along until you reach this one just there. Build this one along for 1, 2, 3 from that 2 along to the right. Then build that one just there. Then we can build 2 along here, and now we can build this down. Still leaving a 1 block gap in this sort of trench here, all the way around. Now this is the only sort of island we don't actually put grass in, so just remember that. But now what we can do is run these smooth stone blocks, smooth stone slabs even, right the way along until we reach the ones we started on up here. And hopefully they'll be nice and in line so you can connect them up. Fingers crossed, if we've done it right. Oh. There we go. It is awesome. And then this one will be the exact same. But let's just double check. You know how I am with my maths. You never know. I'm like a visual learner. I prefer to learn by looking at things and sort of counting it on my fingers. But when it comes to like counting in the hundreds, you know, you don't really have that many fingers to count on. So it's a little bit tricky. But there we go. That's awesome. Now what I'm going to do finally is just make a space here. So a parking space. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah, we'll stop on 6, like so. So we leave that 4 block gap at the end. Then I'm going to go 3 blocks away and build another line, going for 7 this time, because we don't need to sort of exclude one because there's a slab in the way. And then I'm going to build parking spaces all the way along until I'm literally at the top up here, and I'm at a space up here, which is also going to be 3 blocks away from the crosshatch, like so. So let's get 3, well, loads of spaces, 3 blocks apart along here until we've basically finished it up. One last thing I will say quickly, guys, is I did make a small mistake down this way. I was building my parking spaces from the bus stop all the way down this way, which is awesome, but I got to this one and I'd obviously made this one in the wrong spot by accident. So it needs to go just here and then your parking spaces, you know, you will have enough for another one down here. That was my bad, I'm sorry about that, guys. That makes so much more sense now. And another quick thing I will say, guys, is if you want to grab yourself some smooth stone slab and some white concrete, we'll go ahead and just add in a white concrete line on the bottom left side of our car park, just there. And then we'll go ahead and add in 1, 2, 3, 4 slabs raised above the ground like so. So you can go ahead and add in a bit of like road detailing just here. I'm also going to slab over this entire row that goes right the way around the left side of our car park and up to the building of Starcourt, just so it looks a little bit more, well, a little bit more nicer, you know. And then the final thing is just filling in all of our car parking spaces, all of our grass blocks on the inside of our car park layout with stone. So it's going to be a mammoth task, but it's going to look amazing when it's done. Alright, let's do it. Well, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this Wheelassassin video. I really hope you've had fun building. I know it's been very, very tricky today, and hopefully not too boring for you guys. But as you know, building the same thing over and over, it does get very, very much, you know, kind of a bit of a psychological meltdown type thing. I don't know if you're feeling the same as I am, but I am done with yellow concrete for a while, you know. I'm not using it in any of my builds for ages now. It's just going to be in the bottom of my inventory, just like, no, I'm not using it. I'm not using you ever again. But thank you so much for watching this Wheelassassin video, guys. Drop a like if you did enjoy this one. Please do so, that'd be awesome. If you want to share this video with your friends, I don't know if they're interested in building car parks, but if they are, send them my way, that'd be awesome. And if you want to consider subscribing yourself for more of my crazy tutorials, I promise you they're not all about building massive concrete structures like this one. We do have some very funny ones around the world, as you can see. So yeah, just be awesome if you can stick around by subscribing. You guys have an excellent day anyway. I know this has been a long one, so I'm going to let you head off. But thank you so much. Take care, of course, and of course, stay safe. Goodbye for now, everybody. Thanks again.